Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video we are taking a look at Alibaba. The Baba stock earnings are coming around and is that big move? Can we see a gap up after earnings? What is the market telling us? What is the price action telling us? Is $150 plus possible after earnings? Let's talk about all of that in this video. Now, this video is not completely a new start in this series of Alibaba because I did a video 2 days ago and I mentioned buy, right? This is here you can find out on my channel. Check this out, but I'll still provide all the background explanation that I provided there as well as for the price action. And as I mentioned to you all, this is a bullish setup over here. And you can see we are already seeing just pullback happen. That's fine. We're just seeing a continuation to the upside, right? Let's talk about that. I'm going to quickly provide a background there, and then I want to take you over a lot of market data as well, what analysts have out there. Again, as you know, I don't really like to go by what analysts are saying, but it's just before earnings. Let's just see what their opinions are, as in like where they have put their price targets and all of that, because that at least tells you the sentiment, like big players are where they're putting their money, right? So anyways, so let's start. Once I also let you know, none of this is any financial advice and is only for education purposes. Now in the price action, really quickly to give you a background, this blue box I provided as a hard stop loss below it, but why this price action this time was looking really beautiful and a bullish momentum to the upside to me, and I already talked about it at when the price was at $85, because we tested 3 times this 200 days moving average, almost, well, 2 times, and then the third time we did a liquidity grab, thus taking out the stop losses, and then we took out a resistance zone in the recent resistance zone and got above 200 days moving average. Everything was looking just perfect for this type of price action to continue higher, and I did call this out, did the video on my channel, and also members already knew ahead of the times. Anyways, now, so yes, we are full on bullish. All those stop losses, liquidity grab, this was just a liquidity grab down here, and we are just looking really nice on this thing. Now, $150, is that a possibility? I want to talk about the scenarios. If, look, no one knows technically what's going to happen through the earnings. Is this thing going to gap down or gap up? No one knows. But what are the possibilities of happening and the likelihood? Let's talk about all of that. So as you can see already, the price action is bullish, and right now technically it's bullish. What are the levels above? Well, yeah, we do have, I'm going to talk about the strong resistance levels, like $94 is the next level. And after that, the only strong resistance level is like 117. There will be others that eventually will show up as we make our way higher, but these are the top ones that I have for you guys right now. And let me actually, it's been quite a while on this thing, so that's what some levels are. We'll have to go a little bit back in the timeline more. But anyhow, technically its all-time high has been like $300 plus almost, guys, like 320 all-time highs. So is, well, and also don't get me wrong, from last whole 2 years it's just gone sideways. So I'm not saying that it's going to go to $300, but this massive run up, why at least the near term or half of the range is possible in the near term based off of this price action, right? So price action is bullish so far, and technically the position should have been built already, and now it's just holding through the position and carrying it forward. Now I want to take you over to the analysts summary. So analysts all are towards strong buy, hold, there is no sell, and their range is from $86 to $145. Their targets are usually 12 months forward looking, and 121 is their average, bit from their low and high estimations, right? And so you're pretty much, even if you just try to trade with the range of the analyst, you are scraping the bottom of the barrel here where the price is, right? And not just that, as I just told you, that the price action just has confirmed that bullish sentiment over here, right? So price action is confirming it as well. Now, this is some more detail as for where the sentiment of these big analysts are. Again, I'm not a big fan of analysts, but I'm just showing you because during the earnings time, If they are still overweight, buy, and buy overweight, outperform, and there's not a single sell here. And these are not even too old. They are just a month or 2 month old, most of these, their last estimations on the price target. So technically analysts don't see too much worry over here. And as I just showed you the price action, we from last 2 years, not saying that this mediocre run is over from last 2 years, not saying that. Like, this is still, look at it from last 2 years, it's, well, almost a year or 2 year, right? Yeah, so it's just gone sideways, but it's all about that now. The recent run up that has started, how much can we get out of it, right? So technically it's bullish. $150 may not happen just next week, even after earnings. Let's say earnings are when? They're coming soon. Yeah, so Wednesday 29th, next week. So it's not that after earnings right away it's going to go to $150. It can happen, but it's not that it will for sure happen now. But technically it's possible, very likely for coming weeks and months. It's in that direction. Structure is bullish, all-time low, ranges within analyst range as well. 150 eventually is possible. It's a long-term play as long as structure holds. Right now, structure is just fine, and this is the early stage that I also talked about 2 days ago, and that early stage has already moved forward, guys. This was the early stage that I talked about. After all these confirmations we got, now we are running up. So anyway, so far so good, we are fine. And yeah, so earnings, let's see what happens. One thing I want to point out is it's not a massive gapper through the earnings, this thing. So for example, last earning didn't do much, no gap ups, no gap downs. So you can more just do the technical thing on this. And it just does things out of the fly, right? Out of the blue. So it gaps up without earnings, or gaps down. Like gaps up, there was no event there, right? So it has a mind of its own, and it just does its things when it want to do it. And so it's all about trading the momentum and the price action. And when price action is right now favoring it, well, we should stay with the price action. Now, manage the position through the earnings for whatever you are comfortable with. I always like to reduce the position, but technicals are fine. It's the reason I'm fine this particular one holding through the earnings. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but just because it doesn't do any gap up or gap down through the earnings, you would see less of a surprise through the earnings. So it's safer to trade through the earnings, building position before and holding through after earnings. But again, nothing is guaranteed. Have a stop loss. And if you think this time it will gap up or gap down through the earnings, well, accordingly manage the position, whatever you want to do, size down or whatever as per your risk tolerance. But anyways, yeah, thing is looking great and it's bullish. And yeah, 150 eventually, as we stay in this structure, is possible. It will take weeks though on this thing, unless we really see some strong momentum coming on this. So anyways, that's all. I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.